Imagine a world where survival depends on creativity, not strength or speed. Explosions, sprays of boiling chemicals, even self-destruction. In this video, we're counting down 10 creatures with defense systems so extreme they could rival the weapons humans invented for war. From insects that blow themselves apart to beetles that fire boiling chemicals like living flamethrowers, and even animals that defend themselves with terrifying screams. These animals prove that nature can be both brutal and brilliant. And trust me, you'll want to stick around until the end, because number 1 might just be the most unbelievable defense in the entire animal kingdom. At number 10, we meet the Madagascar hissing cockroach, the bug that literally weaponizes sound. In the dense, humid forests of Madagascar, this oversized roach doesn't just run when danger shows up. Instead, it hisses, loud, sharp, and unnerving. By forcing air through tiny valves in its body, it produces a hiss that mimics a snake's warning or even a predator's growl. For any attacker, that sudden blast of noise is enough to make them pause, and in the wild, a pause can mean survival. You won't believe what this little ant can do. Number 9, the Malaysian exploding ant, the tiny insect that turns itself into a living grenade. Deep in the rainforests of Southeast Asia, danger is everywhere. But for this little ant, size is no barrier. When cornered, it does the unthinkable. It explodes. Press too close, and the ant contracts its abdomen with brutal force. Then, boom! Its body ruptures, spraying a sticky, toxic fluid in every direction. The chemicals glue attackers in place, burn their skin, and force a quick retreat. It's the ultimate sacrifice. The ant dies, but the colony lives. Picture this, an enemy so committed to defense that it chooses self-destruction over defeat. Ever heard a scream so loud it could shake a rainforest? That's number 8, the screaming piha. In the dense, shadowy rainforest, the air hangs still, until suddenly, a scream tears through the jungle so powerful it echoes for miles. A bird so ordinary-looking can unleash a sound that shakes the whole rainforest. The screaming piha belts out a call at a staggering 116 decibels. That's louder than most rock concerts, and just shy of a jet engine on takeoff. For any predator nearby, that ear-splitting blast is pure chaos. It disorients, startles, and forces hesitation. And here's the kicker. This featherweight champion weighs less than half a pound, yet it can unleash a sound wave strong enough to rattle the rainforest. Prepare to be shocked by number 7, the electric eel, the Amazon's living stun gun. Deep in the murky rivers of South America, a shadow glides silently through the water. At first glance, it looks harmless, just a long, wriggling fish. But get too close, and you'll discover why this creature is one of the most feared in the Amazon. The electric eel isn't packing teeth or claws. Its weapon is pure electricity. Special cells in its body can generate shocks of up to 600 volts, 5 times the power of a standard wall socket. When threatened, the eel releases this electric current into the surrounding water, stunning anything nearby. Fish convulse, predators retreat, and yes, even crocodiles can be killed by a powerful strike. Horses have collapsed, humans have been paralyzed, and predators of all sizes quickly learn you don't mess with the electric eel. Truly, it's nature's stun gun, and it never misses. Number 6 is a surprise from the ocean, the toadfish, the ocean's hidden alarm system. Picture calm, shallow waters, everything quiet, until suddenly the sea itself begins to hum. This odd-looking fish may seem unremarkable, but threaten it, and you'll unleash one of the strangest sounds in the ocean. By rapidly contracting special muscles around its swim bladder, the toadfish turns its body into a natural amplifier. The result? A booming, vibrating hum, so loud it can startle predators, confuse rivals, and even interfere with the hunting of bigger fish. In fact, these calls are powerful enough that submarines have picked them up on sonar. What if a bird could imitate almost any sound in the forest? Number 5 shows us exactly that. The lyrebird, nature's ultimate trickster. In the forests of Australia, this bird doesn't battle predators with claws or speed. Instead, it relies on a far more cunning weapon: perfect mimicry. The lyrebird can imitate almost any sound it hears: chainsaws, car alarms, camera shutters, barking dogs, even the calls of other birds. When danger approaches, it uses these sounds to confuse and distract predators, blending seamlessly into the forest's chorus. At number 4, the whip scorpion, nature's very own vinegar blaster. Creeping through deserts and caves across the Americas, this night-stalking arachnid looks fearsome with its giant pincer-like appendages and whip-like tail. But don't be fooled. Its true weapon isn't strength, it's chemistry. When threatened, the whip scorpion sprays a concentrated burst of acetic acid, the same stuff that makes vinegar sting your eyes and nose. Predators hit with this burning mist cough, stumble, and retreat in panic. The smell alone is enough to send most attackers fleeing. What could be deadlier than claws or fangs? Number 3 has the answer. The pangolin, the animal that turns itself into living armor. At first glance, it looks harmless, almost gentle, like a shy anteater covered in pine cones. But those pine cones are actually razor-sharp keratin scales, tougher than most predators' teeth. When danger strikes, the pangolin doesn't flee. It curls into a tight, armored ball, tucking its soft belly safely inside. Lions, leopards, and even hyenas have tried to pry one open and failed. Every bite meets a shield of rock-hard scales. But the pangolin has another trick. Glands near its tail can release a foul-smelling spray, adding chemical warfare to its formidable armor. Imagine trying to chew through a spiky football that also reeks. For predators, pangolins are one of the most frustrating meals in the wild. At number 2, the potoo bird, nature's master of invisibility. High in the forests of Central and South America, the potoo has a defense so simple, yet so perfect, it can make the bird almost disappear. By day, it neither flies nor fights. It freezes. Perched on a tree stump, the potoo stretches its body, narrows its eyes to slits, and transforms into what looks exactly like a broken branch. Predators scan the trees for movement, but the potoo remains as still as stone, blending flawlessly into its surroundings. Even at arm's length, it's nearly impossible to spot. Now imagine staring right at a bird and not realizing it's there, until it suddenly opens its enormous yellow eyes in the dead of night. And finally, claiming the number 1 spot, the bombardier beetle, the tiny insect packing an explosive secret. Picture this. A frog spots what looks like an easy snack. One quick snap of the tongue, and the beetle is gone, or so it thinks. But inside this insect is one of nature's craziest weapons. The bombardier beetle doesn't just defend itself, it detonates. Within its body are 2 chemical chambers, kept separate until the moment of attack. When danger strikes, those chemicals mix in a split-second reaction, releasing a boiling, toxic spray that blasts out of its rear at over 100 degrees Celsius, hotter than boiling water, fired straight into a predator's face. The explosion is loud enough to sound like a tiny gunshot. Frogs spit them out, spiders retreat in shock, and yes, even humans can hear the sharp pop. Forget claws or fangs. This is chemical warfare in miniature. And the bombardier beetle proves that sometimes the deadliest weapons come in the smallest packages. Nature never ceases to amaze us with its creativity, and these 10 incredible defenses prove that sometimes survival isn't about strength. It's about being clever, loud, or just plain tricky. Which of these animal defenses blew your mind the most? Drop a comment below and let us know. If you enjoyed this journey into the wild, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more amazing wildlife videos. Remember, the animal kingdom is full of surprises, so stay curious, and we'll see you in the next adventure.